1 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. Had some. And 3/4 cups of all-purpose flour. 1 3/4 cups. 1 teaspoon soda. One teaspoon, right? Did I got it right? I was doing tablespoon. 1 teaspoon of baking powder. I would say all had lids like this. I'll put it right on. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. I have so much stuff here. I shouldn't have started this so late. So tired of doing it. Right. 1 teaspoon of ground cinnamon. A 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Trying to use up what I have to not. Oh my word, I hate this when I can't find. Oh, I'm gonna end up having to open it anyway, so I guess I'll open this. I should have opened this before. I had this great idea of volunteering some things, and how much salt did I need? 1/2 teaspoon of salt. I apologize, I have half my brain on tonight. I should have started this earlier. Alright. I'm making apple cinnamon crumb muffins. And alright, so I'm gonna take like that. I can never do this without making a mess. And then everything I have put to be room temperature, but the butter is still a little bit. It's not completely soft, it's getting there, but it'll be alright, I guess. A 1/2 cup, which is one of these. I wash my hands, and I do have gloves for after. In fact, we have a 1/2 cup of light brown sugar. We have a like a Amish store, and I went in there today looking for just gloves because they sell a lot of baking stuff, and they didn't have any, but told me to just go ask at the counter and they would give me some. So that was awfully nice of them. I really appreciate it. I'll be right back. My dog just walked by with... What have you got? No. You're killing me. You're killing me, girlfriend. Huh? Oh, Willow. Alright. I broke my femur, so I'm hobbling around here. Anyways, what else was the next thing? I'm losing track of what I'm doing because I should have started this tonight. I need half a cup of, I guess I didn't have everything like I thought I did. Don't have my brain tonight, I guess. This is a whole cup. I'll just fill half of it. I figured at the, at the pantry tomorrow. I thought might be a little bit busy, so busier than normal. That'll be alright. This is my half cup. That's why I've never made this particular one before, so. And a quarter cup of granulated sugar. Okay. And then a quarter cup of granulated. I'm trying to use up what I have before I go and opening up more. I thought I had a granulated sugar already open. Thought I did. I swore I did. I knew I did. I knew I did. A quarter cup. So just a quarter of this. I'm measuring well tonight, I don't know. I should have started this much earlier. I should not be starting this so late. 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract. I have way too much stuff here. But it's not a fancy mixer, but I actually really like it. I just got it recently and been good for me. A quarter cup of milk and 1.5 cups of peeled apples, which I'm not going to do that yet, but I'll get the alright, so this is my quarter cup of milk. Put that in. Alright, and we're gonna put this on here. Might not put good in. So I got it down. I should have let the butter get a little bit softer. Everything else seemed to be ready. I forgot to put in the 2 large eggs. That's not good. Those I've had sitting out. So we'll put in 2 large eggs. All right, well, if you were looking for expertise, you weren't going to get it here. Oh my word. All right. I should have lifted that to put it in anyways. I know you heard them eggies, didn't you? Alright, hopefully that will soften it up a little bit. While that is mixing, I'm going to butter to make as much as I want it to make tonight. So I'll either go get it in the morning. I have to use a walker. I can stand for a little bit, but I get tired. I figured probably gonna be busy there tomorrow morning. Not exactly where people want to be on Saturday morning. Okay. I hope they don't deny me of dropping these off. I don't think they will. I should have called them out. Well, my plan was to make like 100 muffins or so. But, oh, right. Down. Still see a little bit of that butter. I figured I'll probably have to do this twice, but I don't have enough butter. I needed to do it like 4 times. We'll see how many I get out of it. I live in a small town, so I probably really don't need 100 muffins, but I'll just do my part because I don't have the money to donate either. Okay. Now I got to get I gotta wash. I meant to wash these before. Get water everywhere here. Peel my apples. And I thought I'd never made actually blueberry muffins from scratch. Not blueberry, apple muffins from scratch. So my dogs love apples. Huh? Apples? Oh, the apples. You like apples, don't you? Try these. Throw these down to them. Try that up with in here. Huh? Yeah, you're supposed to be in here, huh? Right, I gotta cut that. It's set to cut them into little quarter slices. I'll get you guys an apple after, okay? I know you totally know what I'm saying, right? Right? You totally know what I'm saying, don't you? All right. Whoops. I need to move that. This thing is awful. It doesn't stay very well. Bought just a cheapy one just to see how much I would use it. Okay, just gonna touch that. Smells yummy. Considering I didn't want to do this tonight, it actually smells pretty good. Ah, you guys like apples, don't you? I'll slice my finger up here. I know it, like it, it's suggested, actually, I think I was supposed to put like applesauce into it too. Didn't think of that. Because it said to use yogurt, and I didn't have any yogurt. So it said to put the applesauce in. Put them in little tiny pieces, but especially doing this for the public, you just have to be really careful, you know, that I don't have anything, you know, for allergies. But I gotta make a sticker up or something, and said to put one apple. You waiting for an apple? Well, you love apples, don't you? Good for you. I talk to my dogs like they're humans. They're my babies. I can't tell if anybody's on the screen. I'm not really paying attention to that because I'm just trying to get this done, and I was so tired. I couldn't sleep last night, and I just thought I'd jump on, and if somebody joined me, that's great. I love the company. Alright, I gotta go back and look at my list here. I swore it said, oh, it's right there. Yeah, I have to put in up a cup of applesauce. Because it's called for sour cream or yogurt, and I didn't have that. And it said if you have unsweetened applesauce, you would use the same amount. I get my brain, I can't remember what I just read. Half a cup. I'll put it, use this one, fill it halfway. Reminds me of my gram. She did a lot using applesauce when we were kids. They smell good, especially that cinnamon and the apple. You really smell it now if you add that applesauce. Go get them. I just threw them down and got some apples. I feel like a whole apple is like a little bit too much, but there is quite a bit of mix in there. I just moved in here about 8 months ago, and I never used my air fryer, and God, I was using that like crazy, and I haven't used that for a while now either. I should have had this already pre-cut, but I didn't want them browning before I put them in. Here's one more apple. Yeah. Billy got it right in his mouth. An apple. There you go. Now get scram. Oh, dogs are not supposed to be in here. Smells delicious. Then I didn't want to do this tonight. I'm kind of waking up to the smell of it. It smells really good. That mixed up really good. Get me a little spoon here. What do you want? I said to make big muffins and go all the way to the top and how they overflow the top, but I'm not going to do that. Whoops. Sorry. I mean to see my dog there. But I'm not gonna overfill the top. I think just putting them to a quarter to halfway, and yeah, I got plenty of apples in there, that's for sure. Holy moly. But they'll bake right in there. Which I didn't start the oven. Probably should have done that, huh? Probably start the oven, huh, girl? Alright. We got to put the oven at 425. I always forget to press the start. I never had one like that. You put it to it and that was it. Fundy. But I don't know what it is, if it's just having a new kitchen. I lived in my other house for 26 years, and I've definitely done a whole lot more baking than I've done in a long time. All right. Double check, triple check, make sure I got everything. Need the apples, need the milk. Need the milk extract, got the applesauce, I got the egg, granulated sugar. I did the light brown sugar, the butter, the unsalted butter. The salt, the brown cinnamon, baking powder. I know it said that once it gets thick, they said to not to over mix it. This recipe that I actually is getting this from, I've gotten a few others from the website and they've all been great. It's called Sally's Baking Addiction. And I want to make sure that I give the credit to her. I've done a few. In fact, when I did this one, I didn't even realize. I had just seen it online and it was quick and didn't realize it was actually even hers too. But I've done a few others of hers and they've come out really great. They're nice recipes. Alright, so I'm going to start putting those in. There we go. Doing? She's like, I want more apples. Like apples, don't you? Huh? We didn't have no trick-or-treaters tonight. Anybody else have trick-or-treaters? I'm okay with that too. My daughter doesn't live at home. She's been on her own for about 10 years, and she lives not far, thankfully, especially with everything I had happen, breaking my femur. So I'm fortunate that I have her pretty nearby. I'm grateful. I cannot believe the mess that I have going here. Oh my word, I have just so much going. I can never do anything without making a mess. I'm just gonna rinse this off. But if you're just joining, thank you for joining. I'm gonna clean this off, yeah? We'll have to the next one. When we make the next one, right? Alright, just stop putting this in. Oh, that smells yummy. Then I did not want to do this tonight. I'm pretty glad I did it. Definitely should have started this earlier. Okay, got my little cup. I find that. Take that off from there. I have more counter space than I definitely had in the last house, but with all this, I expected to make like 200, or no, not 200, not that many. But I expected to make like 100, 120 muffins. And I was in the store earlier, but it's a lot for me because I have to take my walker wherever I go. In fact, I have it sitting right behind me. I have two of them. This one here has a seat on it, so if I get too tired, I can sit, which is good. But yeah, dummy me, I fell in the grocery store, and it wasn't their fault, it was mine. I wasn't watching where I was going, and that was back in May, and I never expected it to take this long. But so I should be putting all the weight on it. And if you're just joining, I'm trying to make some muffins for the food pantry tomorrow because I figured it's probably going to be pretty busy with everything going on. I don't really have, I've been out of work because of my leg, and of course they cut your pay. But I thought I wanted to do a little, I just wanted to do something to give back, you know. I'm fortunate with all the family that I have that's helped me out tremendously. This recipe actually, if you fill them all to the top, which they're going to rise to the top anyways, but if you were to make the really big muffins, you're only going to get like 14 muffins out of it. And they'll probably have enough to probably get at least probably 6 more. I hope. I'd like to get more if I can. We'll see. I'll scrape that last drop if I have to. I don't know if I'm going to do the adding the crumb and all that to the top of it, because I got to I got to bag these and making a mess. Making a mess, but that's what I do. But I've washed my hands and I haven't touched it. I looking today for gloves in the, we have a local like Amish store, and I went in there today because they have a lot of baking, and they told me to go to the counter, and they gave me some there, which is nice. So I'll use those when I take them out, because that's when my hand's going to be the closest to them. Oh, look at that. I actually got quite a few out of just that one. And they're not little teeny tiny muffins either. They're not going to be the big giant ones, but my paper towel in there. I didn't think I was going to get into doing all like, you know, apple slices. I'm just going to do applesauce, but I've never really like, I volunteered before, but never like baking, and I've just done a lot more baking recently than what I have years past. And we're going to see if there was a small one that, oh, here's one. Alright, that's alright. I'm not going to bother clean all that because I gotta make another batch. It's almost there. Oh, and then you put this in. You put it in. I'll give them the time. It says to bake them at 425 minutes and then reduce the temperature to 350 for 15 to 18 minutes. So, I had all my mixing bowls. Alright. Add 1 3/4 cups of flour. Trying to use up my old ones here first. I bought plenty of extra, but I wanted to alright. That's 3/4. Flour. Teaspoon of baking soda and a teaspoon of baking powder. I'll add the baking powder right here. Teaspoon of that. Got it in my liners here. I'll throw those out after. Oh, I need the salt too. Where did my baking powder? Oh, baking soda right here. You know, I don't buy all like fancy ingredients, and baking soda, baking powder, teaspoon of cinnamon. I was gonna make chocolate chip, but I'm not sure I'm gonna do that or not. I I may have enough just doing all this and give all my walk that way. Alright. On a very deep oven. So half a teaspoon of salt. A half a cup of unsalted butter. A half a cup of the light brown sugar. Half a cup of light brown sugar. I thought of doubling up on all this, and then I was like, I'll just do it, and then I'll just make another batch. A quarter cup of granulated sugar. I just keep using the same one. That's all right. That's all right. Whoa. Whoop. A little bit up on the granulated sugar, but that's all right. All right, 2 large eggs. Forgot the eggs last time. Oh, my dogs come running. They love eggs. Call them eggies, and I scramble them up. Whenever I have eggs, they have eggs. I make theirs separate though. I add stuff in with mine, of course. Oh, I get the butter. This one should be much softer than the last one. Oh, I didn't set the timer. Oh, that's not good. I'll put it on that. It's been in there a couple minutes. Hoi! Alright. I should break this up because it's getting soft, but I should break it up. Butter in there. Throwing everything in my sink. I'll clean it up after my pants. I'm using it as my towel. I need half a cup of applesauce. Unsweetened applesauce. Half a cup. Smidgy more. Probably more cup, but I'm sure it's locked in there. Two teaspoons of vanilla extract. A quarter cup of milk. Let's at the end of that. There they have my get my milk here. Rhodiola pre-measured. If you're just joining, welcome. I kind of last minute decided to do these eggs. There goes my smoke detector for no reason. Good Lord.